Simple, short update. Market is down almost 2%. Volume has gone off the cliff. It's dropping. Okay. BTC volume 30 something. Ethereum volume 24 something. But BTC looks positive. If you look at the chart on the description, a public chart, you will see it's holding support perfectly. But if you look at the candle on the daily time frame, what you will see is the market looks very bullish in the short term. But looking at a greater data over many days, we can see we have a lower high. It's not a higher high. So what we need is a higher high, right? In order for us to say we are bullish. So right now, as I've mentioned on another video, everything looks like somebody's playing with us. The whales are playing with us. Now the way they're playing with us is quite simple actually. So you've got a lot of guys who are traders, right? New traders, who are opening short positions based on the facts that we are going to go down a little bit, right? A lot of guys opening long positions based on the fact that we are going to go up a little bit, right? So this is what's going to happen, right? When you look at the candle, you know, remember I say the candle has a story, right? This is what I'm thinking, all right? This is the story so far, my own opinion. This is no financial advice. You've got a lot of YouTubers and influencers and this and that giving signals, which is fine, not an issue, all right? 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 followers, live stream or whatever, 100k view, 200k views in a single day. People who follow blindly without doing fact checks, right? So it's not everybody, it's just a handful of people. They will go to these YouTubers and this and that. And listen, no YouTuber, I'm not against any YouTuber. Every YouTuber is trying his best to give you what you want, right? So if you like a comedian, he's going to try and do comedy for you. If you like some guy basically giving you some facts on a chart, that's what he's going to give you. If you like to follow a trader who's giving you trade signals, he's going to give that to you. And then if you like a person like myself, no nonsense, no bullshit, that's what you're going to get, right? So each one has its own ability. Each person has his own style. That's what I want to say, right? This is my style, right? And so what you've got is majority of them trying to get you to sign up to trading platforms, giving you these trading signals. Trade. Because it's all about clicking that link, depositing your money, giving them some commission. That's how they make money. They make more money this way, by the way. They already make money, but that's how they make more money. Now, you take that info and you know the market's going to take a dip. You're wise enough, all right? You feel you know what you're doing. This guy's never got it wrong. So you go and open a trade. And the trade you're doing, because the market's going down, you open long positions. So then what we do, people like us, we go on chain and we say, okay, let's see the positions. Let's see how many long positions there are, and let's see how many short positions there are, and let's see where the majority is. So we see the majority are trying to short the market. Great news, great news. Now, I always say this, if I can see it, what says the others can't see it? Them, they, those, right? You know what I'm talking about. So they can also see we have a massive wall of shorts ready to short the market. Bring it down to 27, 28, 29, 20k. Some people are even calling for 10k. What do you think the market's going to do? Think. I can tell you, the market's going to do the opposite. Everybody that's shorting right now are hoping to buy that dip are going to be very disappointed because the market's going to push up. So what happens then? Because remember, these are inexperienced traders. Market's moving up, the YouTuber comes back on and says, no, we're going to have a breakout. We're going to have a breakout. That's it, breakout imminent. We're going to go to the moon. Happy days. So everybody that lost money on their short half of them at least, will go on a revenge trade. That's it. We're going to long the market now. We did a 10x down and we lost money. We're going to do a 20x up to recover all the losses and make awesome gains. Awesome gains. Well, guess what the market's going to do then? If the market sees that the long positions are over exaggerated, they are going to dump. They are going to dump. So the strong hands and the whales and the institutions, the smart money, they will play you at every single move. This is why recently I said, yesterday's video, I actually said this. I said, I'm not going to be trading. I know what the market's going to do, but I also know it's very risky, and I'm not going to trade it. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy the dip. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to set it up, buy the dip. If it comes, good luck. If it doesn't, adios amigos. I don't really give a damn, right? Because the thing is I've got my holding portfolio, not affected at all. Doesn't bother me at all. I've got my trading portfolio, but I'm not trading. I've got my buying portfolio, which I will use to buy. That's what I'm doing. I'm not trading it. Because as I warned, right now it's too risky to actually trade. The market, when you think it's going to go down, you're going to put your trades on going down, try and short the market. It's going to screw you over. Majority are going to get screwed over, by the way. And it could be as little as $100. It doesn't matter. But the point is, you know, the greater number counts, right? The majority counts. And the majority are trying to short the market. So they're going to get wiped out. And then when the majority try and long the market, they're still going to get wiped out. The only people that don't get affected are the people who bought the dip, because these are massive discounts. I know a lot of you guys come up and say, oh, can you do an analysis on this coin? Can you do an analysis on that coin? And this, that. Guys, trust me, I would happily do breakouts for you. I've got the laptop with me. I could sit down and do this video, right? I could just park up and do this video. I could go to my destination and do this video. But it's pointless. The reason is everything is at a discount right now, right? When BTC dumped, everything is at a discount. So we might see some pumps, but the question is when did you buy? You know, did you buy this dip? You know, did you dollar cost average in? Did you buy, for example, I'll give you a really good one, right? I'm just going to give you an example here. Just give you a rough example here. Say, for example, BNB, right? We talked about BNB recently. Did you buy BNB at $2? Did you buy BNB at $20? Did you buy BNB at $600? Did you buy BNB at $650? Did you? And right now, say for example, we went to $600 and $700, almost close to $700. We came down. Did you sell for a loss? Or did you do the smart thing? Because if you didn't sell the top, right, take your initial investment out, so you kind of messed up, right? But the right thing to do now is to pick up the bottom, whatever the price was. I think today's like at $300, $340 or something like this. If you pick it up, say for example, someone bought it at $600 and you pick it up $300, well, your average per coin becomes $450. You know, this is the power of averaging in. It only works, for example, if you haven't. Obviously, if you've sold, say for example, you bought it at 300, you went to 600, and you know you made 300 gains. You took your initial investment out. You can recycle that, sit on the exchange, happy days, right? That's a different story. But you didn't. You did it. You made that mistake. You didn't. But you know it's a solid coin, right? You know it's a solid coin. So this is a coin you believe in. But it dropped even further than you bought it for. The right thing to do now is pick up the discount. So you average out at a lower price for your total portfolio. I know it's kind of counterintuitive. It's like, oh my God, I just lost all that money and you're telling me to buy more? Well, if you believe in it, you should. Remember I made a video and I talked about how Cardano was about 10 cents and then it dipped all the way down to about 3 cents and then it went up again at, you know, around 6 cents. I re-entered again. Well, why did I do that? I was at a loss, right? That's a loss. Why did I do that? Because I saw myself a good discount and I saw that the momentum is moving up. So if the momentum is moving up, I might as well average in. So my actual total portfolio price was less than the original buy, slightly higher than the previous buy, but actually it's an average, which I'm happy with, right? So that's what it is, right? Sometimes you just got to do that. So for example, somebody bought BTC at 4K or 6K, right? I know some of the guys that I know personally, they bought it at 4 or 5K. Some of them even bought it at 3K. We went all the way to the moon, right? 65K. Now, some guys have sold it around that time. Some guys haven't sold it. In fact, some guys have bought it at 45, 50K. Some guys have bought it at that time. Markets come down. They didn't sell. They just bought a little bit more because they are prepared for the next wave. They're saying, well, it doesn't matter if this wave is over. I'm not investing money I can't afford to lose, number one. And also the money I'm investing is invested for 5 years. It's a saving. This is no financial advice, but it's for 5 years. So if within the next 5 years, we have another cycle, because we've had one cycle so far, right? This is a cycle. And remember, this is a cycle within a cycle and the bull run isn't even over, right? So I'm talking about the 4-year cycle. So we're already in a cycle. Of course, we're going to see higher highs. You know, we're going to see massive highs and we're going to see massive dumps and this and that, right? We're going to see that. That's inevitable, right? You are going to see that. That's the market, right? The market does that. You're not going to go top, top, top. You know, you're going to have to go top and then see a bottom at some point, right? So we're going to see that. And the next cycle's coming. So we're prepared for the next cycle. So a lot of the guys who are, that I personally know, who are smart enough, right? They're not just buying, FOMOing in, nothing like that. Very calm, very calm. And that's what I've been teaching people, just stay calm, right? There was a brother today, actually, I had a conversation with him. So he bought some F recently. He was at a good profit, a nice little bit of a margin, and he sold, right? And he's going to buy it. If we're going to have a dip, he's going to buy a dip. If we don't have a dip, it's still going to come back in later, right? But the point was, he made a profit. He took all of his profit out, and he's on the sideline right now, just in case we have a nice little dip. And this is in British pounds, so he's hoping that we might see a £1,500 and it's possible, highly likely, because if you look at the coin market cap and anything, you can see that the ETH volume has been dropping off. And that's because Ethereum money, the money that was invested in Ethereum, there's not many people buying and selling Ethereum, number one. And number two, the half of the money that was invested in Ethereum is moving back into Bitcoin, because you can see the market wants to move Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin dominance is at 44%. When the dominance in Bitcoin is up and the price is also moving up, you know everything else is going to perform bad. So you don't want to be in a shit coin, right? So you move over to the best performer. That's what's happening right now. So, you know, this is what's going to happen, right? So this is what he's doing, which is a good thing to do. So, you know, I didn't advise against it. I said, well, it's not a bad idea, because we are going to see a dip, and if you can pick up the dip. So I gave him the targets, and I said, this is a target. And by the way, the targets is the same targets that you saw in the last video. I don't change my charts. I don't delete my charts every day and show you a brand new chart to confuse you. No. That's not what I do. Same chart. All right, unless I update something. So recently I updated something, I put a brand new chart there, right? But that was the reason. I'm going to revert back to my old chart anyway, and the old chart is still there. The old lines, everything's still there. Why do I do that? Why do I leave an old chart and show you the same old thing again? I know it's boring, right? You see the same chart over and over. Sham, you're not good, because, you know, this is what you're probably saying, right? But we see other channels who are changing their charts every day, fresh chart, fresh lines, fresh this, predicting and this and that. You know, their channel's better. They got, you know, 500,000 viewers to prove that. Of course they do. Of course they do. But we don't change our mind every 2 minutes. We're not changing, you know, we're not saying, oh, this could be the possibility, that could be the possibility, and then 5 hours later coming back and releasing another video. Actually, this is the possibility, that is the possibility. Don't do that. We follow the trend. Now, the greater trend of the market, the greater trend, right? So you've seen a trend recently. I've been showing you the downward trend. It's not even the greater trend. It's just a lot more data on the shorter time period. So it is technically a greater trend line on a shorter time period. But on the longest trend line, we're still up. We still haven't even touched that bottom. We're still trending up, right? So, you know, I've talked about in another video, I said, Plan B's model, his stock to flow model, how we kind of hovering around that, and his model predicts XYZ and this and that, right? And we seem to be following that model, which works on the same thing. It's on the Bitcoin logarithmic chart, which works on the same thing, same fundamentals, right? So the greater trend line is moving up every day. Then we've seen recently people talk about the death cross, right? The death cross. Oh, we're going to have a death cross. The 50-day moving average is going to cross and come below the 200-day moving average. Of course it is, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just basically showing you the data of what's been happening in the last 50 days and making an average of that. So in the last 50 days, we went from 65K to 20K. So it's going to show you an average, you know, and then every day is a 50-day. That's what's going to do. In the last 200 days, right, we're looking at it, we went from, like, I think the last 200 days was from around 9K or 10K, something like this, I can't remember, to where we went. So that's showing an average of that, and it's average, I think it's average showing about $18,000 or $19,000. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But we don't take that for granted and say, right now, that's it, market's over. It's just the average. It's just a way of seeing what the market is doing, what the sentiment is. That's all it is, nothing else, right? It's a way of us, at a glance, seeing that this is what the sentiment in the market has been for the past 50 days, right? Or the average of it. It's not even the absolute. If it was an absolute, that's the bottom, that's the top. Fair play. But it's not, it's an average. It's like, okay, this is the average. You do your judgment. I'm going to give you the average of what it was. That's all it is. That's what it is. You know, volume matters. Now, recently we saw that when we almost had that dump a few days ago, volume came in, right? Boom. One day, $60 billion coming, boom. You know, BTC, everything, move up. That's good. That's what we want. That is momentum. But now the momentum is dying out. Currently, the volume, global market cap volume, 90 billion. You know, in total, the number of coins available on CoinMarketCap, 10,400. More scam coins came out, more scam coins. Everyone's fighting for that share, but it's fine. I'm not bothered. Like, there's 10,000 coins. It's fine. It doesn't matter. There could be 20,000 coins. It doesn't matter. But the volume should also reflect that there's 10,000 different coins, and everyone has his favorite, and everyone's put their money into 10,000 different coins. That's not the case, right? The biggest amount of money are still sitting in Ethereum and Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's volume is dropping, right? People are being cautious. That's what it is. They're just being cautious, right? Because the pros out there, the pro TA guys and the pro traders, right? And this is a fact I'm going to give to you, right? Probably not, but you know, I think it's a fact, right? Because that's what I would do, right? All the pro traders, I don't think anybody's trading. You know, I always say it's 99% chart, 1% trade. Well, I can tell you 90% of the traders are just standing back, sitting and observing right now. They would love to do a trade, but I can assure you they're not. These boys are just going to hold back. They might have an open trade already, or they've probably just closed their positions and just sat on the back seat. That's it. Just going to sit on the sidelines, wait for this market. Because the thing is, as I've mentioned to you before, that 42, 43 level is a key level we need to go above in order to technically reverse the trend. And then we still have one more significant resistance at the $47,000, right? Once we beat that $47,000 mark, and when we enter that zone, I think majority of the traders, so, you know, the 90% of the traders I'm talking about that are not trading, they're all waiting for that $42,000, $43,000 confirmation. We are going to start trading then. But even then, I think only maybe a handful, like, you know, handful as in, say, 50% of the 90% of the people who are not trading, 50% will probably just trade. Or maybe all of them, but little trades. I think the big trades are going to come in when we do the 47K. The 47K is a key level. I think that's when everybody's going to go all in. And I can tell you this much, right? This is a funny one, right? So remember how I started the video and I said how, you know, everybody can see the shorts and the longs. We can see where the majority is. We are definitely going to have massive volume in the longs. But there's a funny fact about this. If the big boys come to play, and there's enough volume on chain on the long positions, nobody has a chance. If there's enough volume on the short positions, nobody has a chance. Right? When everybody decides to sell, it doesn't matter how bullish you are, you can't hold the market. It's gonna go down. Same thing's gonna happen at the $47,000 mark. When everybody decides we're gonna move the market up, we are gonna go up. Nobody can stop us. Nobody. Only time we will start seeing the volume dying out is when everybody starts to take some chips off the table. Now I'll tell you this, for example, open a 10x trade at 47k. We go from 47k to 48k. 48k. You can easily make 10, 15, 20%. You take it off the table. Take it off the table. Right? Take it off the table. You know? We go to 50k. We can theoretically make 50%. Depends on your leverage level, right? You take that off the table. So a lot of us guys, we will be taking a lot of chips off the table as we go higher up. So your risk is lower to the point where I would do something, right? So this is my strategy. If I open a trade at 47k and if I see a massive slingshot effect, like, you know, from nothing to boom, shoots up, right? I'm going to take all my personal investment chips off the table, leave the leverage there. I'm not even going to play with my money. I'm not even going to play with them. I'm going to take my chip, I'm going to take my profit, I'm going to leave the rest there, let it carry on where it goes to. What have I got to lose? If I make money, I make money. So that's what's going to happen. But guys, coming back to the part like where I said, you know, if there's coins that you'll talk about, TA and this and that, ignore all of them. If you believe in the project, if you think it's a top project, right, I would personally say, I'm not going to recommend anything, I'm just going to personally say, just look at the discount you're getting. If this is not the time to buy, I don't know when it is. I remember when it was about 65k, everybody was complaining how Bitcoin is too high. When Ethereum went to 4,000, oh, Ethereum is too high to buy, right? When some of these coins went to, oh, it's too high, everybody kept on saying too high. I know what they were waiting for. Well, now you had your golden opportunity. You had your golden opportunity. If you didn't take advantage of this, when are you going to do it? It's quite common that a lot of people buy high, sell low. They lose money. And I mentioned it in yesterday's video as well. When you do this, when you buy something at a specific price and then you decide to lose some money and get the hell out, only you are to blame. Nobody else. Only you are to blame. Right? Don't blame crypto. Don't blame Bitcoin. Don't say Bitcoin is volatile. Don't say none of that business. Because none of that matters. It's your fault. Because you have zero control over your emotion. You don't understand the principle of investing. You don't invest to lose money. You invest to make money. And nothing happens overnight. If it does, it's a fluke. Right? Nothing happens overnight. I mean, so many dreamers out there. So many dreamers out there. You know, it's fine. Dream. There's no harm in dreaming. You want to go to the moon? Dream every day. Go to the moon. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it takes time. We are expecting Bitcoin at a six-figure level. Absolutely expecting it. You know? I mean, I could even see a seven-figure. Right? But it's in the future. Don't expect it overnight. Bitcoin didn't get to where it is right now overnight. It took, what, almost, what, 12, 13 years now? Like it's like 2019 now. Yeah, 12 years. 12 years. To get to where it is right now. So, people just don't understand, you know. I mean, in yesterday's video, I mentioned how first they laugh at us, right? When Bitcoin was originally created and when it became the money and it went out there, handful of people, you know. When you're talking about thousands of people, it's a handful of people compared to the global population. Handful of people were playing around with this money, buying, selling, and this and that. It was a joke. It was a joke. Everyone laughed at us. Everyone laughed at us. I wasn't in there, so even I laughed at it. They ignored us, you know. Bitcoin created 2011. Bitcoin started trading, doing XYZ and all sorts of other stuff. People are buying, selling, exchanges forming out. Many innovation coming out. Everyone ignored us. Everybody ignored us. Now Bitcoin's come to a stage where institutions are interested. Many institutions are interested. Many banks want it on their balance sheets. Now they're fighting us. They're fighting us to the point where basically they want to scare off every single retail that's there. And they're going to succeed. And they're going to succeed. But those with strong hands, those with diamond hands or whatever you want to call it, right? Those who believe in the protocol, those who believe, they'll never sell. Now, when I say they're going to win, what are they going to win? They're not going to win a battle with us. It doesn't work like that. It's not going to work. We're here to stay, that's for sure. Because you know, when institutions, banks, governments, right, even a country adopts it. And this is just the first. There's about 10 other countries lined up doing it. Also, the, whatever you call it, the sheikh or whatever of Iran, right, the president of Iran, he also wants to use Bitcoin. That might be a little bit more chaotic, right? When other countries that are going through embargoes and sanctions and this and that, when they adopt it, they might be a bit more tougher. But Central America, South America, if they do adopt it, it's not going to be much of an issue. They don't really have too many sanctions and whatnot, this and that. It's not political nonsense, right? They might be shafted a little bit, but I don't think too much, right? So they're not going to get really affected. And 150 mil, and they're already saying, oh, this, that, IMF talking about it, the International Monetary Fund, already having a go at El Salvador. It's just pathetic, right? For $150 million, seriously? Seriously? I mean, it's just mental, it's pathetic, right? So you see all of those things, and the point is they're fighting us. The news is out there, the news companies are exploding. Every newspaper, every article, everything you read, there's going to be Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. It's all about Bitcoin. There's no other coin, by the way. Go and ask somebody, do you know, have you heard about crypto? And they'll say, yeah, Bitcoin. Ask them, have you heard about Ethereum? Some might say yes, most will say no. They don't know what other thing is. Cryptocurrency to majority of the people on this planet is only Bitcoin, right? Front pages is not Ethereum, it's Bitcoin. Everything about Bitcoin. They want to take down Bitcoin. That's what it is. They want to take down Bitcoin. And they're going to win with you. They're going to create so much FUD. So many different news. Ban, this, that, whatever. And they're going to get you to sell your Bitcoin for less than you bought it for. They're going to buy it all up. And then later on, they're going to sell it back to you when they give you the good news. Oh no, Bitcoin's fine. Oh no, we adopted it. Oh no, we've got it on our balance sheets. Oh no, we're going to offer it to this. All the good news when it comes out, that's when they'll be selling it to you. So all I can say is anybody who's bought Bitcoin, high price, low price, whatever price, if you sold it, I'm sorry to say this, but you're an idiot. Because you will probably re-enter the market, right? Unless you've gone forever. Good luck to you. You're a good guy. You're a good person. You're very smart. You're very smart to stay in your fiat currency, right? The smartest people on the planet are the people who sold their Bitcoin for less than what they bought for and went back to fiat and never intend to come back to Bitcoin. We don't want you. And the dumbest people are the people who bought the Bitcoin at whatever price, sold the Bitcoin to the institutions, and are going to buy again. That's what I'm going to say. Bitcoiners are Bitcoin. All the Bitcoiners, people who believe in Bitcoin, we're not part of your group. We're not part of your group. For us, one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. It doesn't matter what your fiat currency is and what your rules and technicals and your government regulations and whatever it is. We don't really give a damn about it, right? Bitcoin gives us freedom. Bitcoin is peace, right? Bitcoin gives us all of the things that nothing could give us. We've come out of the control of the entire global monetary system. It's all controlled. I mean, it's so pathetic, right? You know, in some countries, you can't deposit a certain amount of money in your bank. Stupid. In some countries, you can't withdraw a certain amount of money, right, without getting 50 questions. Banks have the power to seize your money because it wasn't your money in the first place, right? The only thing that you can actually hold and say is mine is the cash, the piece of paper. And even that paper is worth nothing. It says, I promise to pay the bearer. Fine. I'll take that coin, I'll take that note. So it's an experiment. If you want to do it, do it. Go to the Bank of England with your 10, 20, 50 pound note, and I'm talking about UK here. Go to Bank of England, it's not far, it's just up in near the city, EC4 postcode. Take your note, go to the counter and say, here's the note, you promised to pay me the sum of, and see what they give you. Simple, right? They promised to pay you, right? So pay you what? This is the part people don't understand. There's nothing there to back it up. What are they going to give you? Give you another £5? What are they going to give you? What do they promise to pay you? That you take this. The Bank of England says that whoever has this note, we promise to pay the bearer £5 off. £5 of what? Give me £5 of something. Grain, rice, sugar, milk, bread. Give me something, for God's sake. I want something. Go to that counter and say, give me £5 of something. Give me £10 of something. Give me £1 of something. You realize exactly what fiat is. So as I said, most people who are on the Bitcoin boat, we're all about freedom. We're all about having our own bank, deciding our own fate, our own fortune. There's been talks about how Bitcoin should be banned, where people, if they ever bought Bitcoin, they shouldn't be able to come back to fiat. It's okay. You can try that. I don't think majority of the people who own Bitcoin actually give a damn about coming back to fiat. In case you didn't know, so this is a message for all those people, those politicians, and those financial institutions. In case you didn't know, currently today, as of this video, $697 billion invested into Bitcoin. And I can tell you this, about 600 billion of that, 600 billion of that are serious investors who gave up your fiat, who left your fiat in the first place. The other 97, probably small hand, weak hands, people coming in with a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there, you know, a little bit, a $10 Coinbase account probably. That's what it is. 600 billion of that are people with at least one Bitcoin, if not thousands. They left your money system. You know, swallow that. Something you've got to basically really think about. This brings me back to the fight. Why are they fighting so much? Why are they fighting so much? The governments, the institutions, everybody, they know Bitcoin has already been adopted. There's another funny fact I just remembered. Mike Novogratz of Galaxy Digital, he was in Miami conference, Bitcoin Miami conference 2021 last week, and he was pulled aside and taken, there was an interview taken, right? And he mentioned something. This kind of exposed everything, right? I'm sure I can find the clip somewhere, and if you hear it, you're going to freak out, right? He says how he was actually invested in crypto for a very long time, but he had many, what do they call it, like court orders and this and that sent to him, which prevented him from mentioning crypto, Bitcoin, or anything. He was prevented from talking about it. Because he's a centralized company, the law came down on him to prevent him from talking about crypto. And then recently, right, crypto, the SEC and whatnot were a lot more, you know, open-minded about it, and they made these new legislations in different towns and states. This is why he can now talk about it. He admitted that he was prevented by the SEC to not talk about it. We know Elon, he's not a dumb guy, he's a very smart guy. He bought $1.5 billion worth. He probably bought more dips and this and that. Privately, he's probably buying more. He probably holds a lot. Very smart guy. Even he, at one point, I mean, recently, I mean, him and Jeff Bezos, I believe, they're battling against who can be the richest man on the world. Even he is being threatened by these regulators to not talk about it. Do you understand? Even he is being regulated not to talk about it, so they can monetize on it. See, the SEC is for the small guy, right? The FCA in UK for the small guy. Small guy. These rules only matter to the small guy. The big corporations, the big multi-million-dollar corporations out there, they can get away with anything. Doesn't really matter. So, I mean, look, I don't want to make this any longer, but just understand what I'm trying to say here. Every single coin, every single thing, this was the opportunity, right? This dip was the opportunity. Am I expecting another dip? I am. I've told you. I said, wait until this weekend. So, also, guys, I wanted to just make something clear as well. Whenever I make videos, I don't make videos for everybody. It's obviously available publicly, but this is for a close few groups that I basically deal with. So those are the people I'm actually making the videos for. And I speak to them on a day-to-day basis, right? And so yeah, I am predicting you know, a slight dip. The reason for that, I've explained it on yesterday's video, is regarding the G7 summit, and I believe that they will be talking about crypto and the financial system, because the thing is what you have to understand, the global currency, everybody's been printing money non-stop, right? And when you look at, like, you know, we hear news about how much money America's printed, how much money Britain has printed, and also globally. The thing I said to everybody, I said, take a note, if you look at the currency exchange rate, they haven't changed. That means every other currency is also printing the same amount of their currency, right? To keep everything artificially, the price similar, right? So there may be a slight variation, but they're artificially holding the market up. So the money market is a big concern for them. And just like 2008 financial crisis, right, where we had the Lehman Brothers collapse, right? Well, this time it's the COVID money printing collapse, right? So we might actually see this. And if we do see this time they don't want another Bitcoin to come out. But the thing is, there won't be another Bitcoin. There is only one Bitcoin. It's already done it. So if Bitcoin's here, right, originally the idea of Bitcoin was as a solution to the financial crisis, and it's established itself, I don't think there's going to be another one. This is it. So obviously, people who look back, who are in the markets from back in the days, right, they all know this, right? Those who didn't enter, they're going to enter now, because Bitcoin is the savior. It does solve the problem. It solves many, many problems. So it's going to be adopted a lot, right? So yeah, I just hope you kind of make sense. Everything kind of makes sense. Other than that, I've really got nothing else to say. Just buy the dips, expect the unexpected, and I'll see you on another one. Yeah, thank you guys. Take care. Look after yourself. Got a bit of a headache, that's why I'm just talking probably different today, but got a massive headache from not sleeping enough and trying to explain loads of different things to people, loads of strategies. That's what it is. So yeah, other than that, guys, I'll see you on another one. Like, share, subscribe. Adios amigos.